Good morning, everyone. This is Father Nate, missionary priest in Italy, and thanks for joining us today, January 19th, on No Greater Delight, our podcast on Marian feasts and Marian meditations. Well, today we have a number of feasts, so we'll start off with Notre Dame de Gimont in Château near Toulouse, France. It's a Cistercian monastery, and here Our Lady is celebrated for its miracles. Then we jump down to Italy, where they celebrate La Madonna del Sangue in Bagno di Romagna in Forlì, in Italy. So Madonna del Sangue is like Our Lady of Blood. Well, the story goes that on the night between the 19th and 20th of January, 1498, it was a singular miracle which was able to extinguish all of the hates and disagreements that reigned among the inhabitants of the town of Bagno, and that oftentimes led to the shedding of blood. While people prayed in front of the image of Mary Immaculate, the two sons of a certain De Aiuti saw blood come from the left hand of the image, right? So the faithful saw that because everybody saw the blood running, and they decided to ask each other for forgiveness, encouraging peace and friendship. So Mary, through that blood, brought peace to the town. We also have Maria Santissima della Cava in Marsala, Trapani, Sicily, Italy. Okay, interesting story. So on January 19th, Marsala commemorates the anniversary of the finding of the statue of Holy Mary of the Quarry in 1518. After 4 years of digging, led by an Augustinian friar, Leonardo Savina, who had a dream that an ancient image was hidden in a cave. His persistence encouraged by the Madonna's voice repeating, "Cava, cava." When the statue finally came to light, there were a number of miraculous healings attributed to it, and the underground site became a place of pilgrimage and worship. In 1607, a church was built over the cave, and on the 250th anniversary in 1788, the city named the Madonna della Cava its patroness. A larger church was completed in 1859, and when a bomb destroyed it on May 11th, 1943, the statue, miraculously, remained intact. We also have Our Lady of Lourdes in Incigela, in Cork, Munster, Italy. The grotto there was blessed in 1969. And lastly, they also celebrate the Madonna del Terremoto, like the Madonna or Our Lady of the Earthquake, in Vernoli, Lecce, Apulia, in Italy. And so those are our feasts for today, January 19th. For today's reading from the Imitation of Mary by Alexander de Rouville, we continue in Book 2, Life and Virtues of the Blessed Virgin Mary, from the birth of her divine Son Jesus to his death, and today we'll read Chapter 2, Voluntary Poverty. And again, it is sort of a conversation between the believer and Mary. So the believer starts, and then we'll have Mary's reply. The believer. Virgin Mother of God, what great suffering poverty brought you! Yet you never complained, and no one thought of relieving that poverty. But why did you never point out to Jesus the harshness of your state? As Mother of God, you had only to speak of it, and your Son could not have refused to change it. You would immediately have had all the angels at your service, and they would have thought it a great honor to give you all the help you needed. Mary. My child, if you possess Jesus, you are rich enough. The soul that considers God its sole blessing is indifferent towards earthly possessions and is quite willing to be poor. When I saw that Jesus, King of heaven and earth, though rich became poor, that he might enrich men by his poverty, that's 2 Corinthians 8:9, I made it my goal to imitate him. Blessed are those who are content to be poor, or who strip themselves of this world's goods so that they may concentrate entirely on acquiring the riches of his love and the blessings of heaven. Blessed are they who, in imitation of Jesus, gladly suffer the effects of poverty and are entirely detached from the things whose use they have. Yet many of those who have embraced this state of perfection are far from the perfection their state requires of them. Their hearts are sometimes as attached to the little things they have been able to acquire as they would be to far greater possessions if they had them. Can they be said to have made themselves poor for Jesus' sake, when they only want the ease that wealth brings without having its inconveniences? Jesus, born at Bethlehem, living at Nazareth, and dying on Calvary, is the model of those who for love of him are content to be poor. He is also the model every Christian must try to imitate by being detached in heart and spirit from all riches. The Holy Spirit does not tell everyone, give away all that you have. He does not require that degree of perfection from everyone, but he does say to everyone, do not be attached to possessions. God cannot establish his rule in a heart that is attached to the passing things of earth. Yet even if Jesus, on coming into this world, had not decided on a condition the world regards as unfortunate, and if he had not scorned riches, we would nevertheless have to say that they are to be scorned. For earthly possessions are deceitful and harmful, except for those who use them as a way of acquiring eternal possessions.
Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed our Marian podcast. As St. John Paul II teaches us, from Mary we learn to love Christ, her Son, the Son of God. Through her intercession, may we grow ever closer to him. We encourage you to share this with a loved one or friend and help spread our devotion to Mary. Thank you, and God bless.